everyone. This is Sarah from Hearth and Home Midwifery, and today I'm going to be talking about the 5 ways that you can lower your blood pressure before becoming pregnant. So this would be of interest to somebody who maybe goes for a preconception visit or just a wellness check-in and gets the news that their blood pressure is higher than they thought or higher than is recommended. The normal blood pressure in the United States is about 120/80, although evidence shows that it's actually better if it's even a little bit below 120/80. So if you're somebody who finds out when you're trying to get pregnant that yours is higher than that, it can be really stressful. However, there are a lot of things you can do to lower your blood pressure naturally before becoming pregnant. High blood pressure in pregnancy is associated with complications, and it does make your pregnancy high risk. But finding out you have blood pressure before becoming pregnant does not mean you're going to have a high risk pregnancy. There's a lot you can do, so I'm going to go over some of them right now. Number 1, figure out a movement or exercise program that works for you. So the most important thing is consistency. It doesn't have to be that you're suddenly sprinting or you're doing these like really intense weightlifting workouts, although those are great if you like that. But the biggest thing is really just getting your heart rate up for 20 to 30 minutes to where you're sweating and breathing heavily about 3 times a week. So that might be a cardio dance workout on YouTube, that might be going for a run, that might be even just doing a brisk walk. But whatever you can do to get movement and exercise in your life will lower your blood pressure. It also is a great thing to start practicing for while you're pregnant, so doing it in the preconception period is really, really helpful. Number 2, practice deep breathing, and particularly nose breathing. So there is an increasing body of evidence that shows that doing shallow breathing, or particularly breathing through the mouth, is actually strongly associated with high blood pressure. So if you're curious about that, there's a really great book called Breathe by James Nestor where he details all of the evidence on that. But the short thing to know is that practicing nose breathing for at least 10 minutes a day, so in through the nose and out through the nose, can actually lower your blood pressure by as much as 10 to 20 points, which is really significant. So there are a lot of videos on YouTube, lots of meditation apps where you can practice that deep nostril breathing, which lowers your blood pressure. Number 3, make sure you are adequately hydrated and eating enough. So when we're hungry, when we're thirsty, those are stressors to the body. And whenever the body is stressed, it kicks on the sympathetic nervous system, which raises our blood pressure. So we want to be spending most of our time in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. So we want things to be chill and feeling good. That's when our blood pressure is low. When we're in the sympathetic system, our body is telling us something is happening that's dangerous, and so our blood pressure rises. So the more we can nourish our body by making sure that we have the foundational nutrients that we need, the lower our blood pressure is going to be. So get a big water bottle with a straw on it, get protein-rich snacks, and just start snacking and drinking water throughout the day. You might really notice a difference in your blood pressure. Number 4, this one's a hard one. Consider reevaluating your relationship to caffeine. So some people can drink a cup of coffee and have absolutely no effect on their blood pressure. And other people, it really raises their blood pressure, and it's not clear why it happens to some and not to others. It could be an adrenal response, it could be a stress response, but the most important thing is for you to figure out if that's true for you if you're a caffeine user. So we recommend getting a home blood pressure cuff and then just doing a little test on yourself. Do a pre-cup of coffee blood pressure reading, and then have your cup of coffee, and then take it again and see, does your blood pressure go up? You know, if it went up 8 to 10 points, that's significant, and that can make a really big difference in your overall blood pressure picture. So you might want to think about changing the caffeine that you're taking in, whether it's limiting it or eliminating it altogether. Number 5, use supplements. So many of the supplements and the minerals that used to be in our food are not in our food anymore, and so our bodies need a little bit of extra support to be optimally well. So there are some great supplements that really help to lower blood pressure that's strongly backed by evidence, including magnesium, potassium, CoQ10, something called ALA, hawthorn berry. And all of those you can, find dosages on the bottle and just kind of take as directed on the bottle. But we really recommend working with a naturopath or functional medicine specialist. If you're truly concerned about your blood pressure and you want to become pregnant and you don't want a high risk pregnancy, it can be really helpful to get an individualized plan for supplements that can really set you up. There are many, many supplements that are safe for, of course, preconception, but also pregnancy and breastfeeding that can help to just make sure that your vasculature is as dilated as possible and that the force in the actual blood vessels is safe and healthy so that you can enjoy a low risk pregnancy. So those are just some of the basic things. There are many, many things that somebody can do to lower their blood pressure in order to have a healthy pregnancy. We definitely recommend working with someone in the preconception period if you're not doing so already. And the bottom line is, even if you found out that you do have blood pressure that's higher than you thought before becoming pregnant, there's so much you can do. It doesn't mean that you're going to have a high risk pregnancy, and we wish you the best of luck.